Hey friends, I'm Jess Connolly. I'm an author, a coach, a Bible teacher, and a local church leader, and I love talking to real people who know what it means to have full lives, but also want to walk in abundance. This podcast is for you. It's not my podcast, it's ours. It's for people who crave lighthearted conversations and deeply spiritual truth. It's for people who are busy, tired, waiting, growing, dreaming, working, or praying about what's next. Wherever you're listening from, if it's quiet, mundane, or busy, I am praying for you, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. This is the Jess Connolly Podcast, where we dive deep into faith, rhythms, and living fully awake to the life God has for us. Today's episode is fun and meaningful because we are talking about something that you could say seems surface level at first: hair, skin, and nails. But friends, y'all know we're going to bring the heart too. I have the absolute joy of welcoming one of my favorite influencers, but honestly, just one of my favorite women, Anime Groves. Not only does she share the most incredible beauty tips, but she's a woman who deeply loves the Lord and lives with intention. Here's the deal. When we have sustainable rhythms of caring for ourselves, I believe we can actually live less distracted, less busy, and more present in the life God has given us. So if you are a skincare guru, or if you can barely remember to put on your chapstick, this conversation is for you. Let's jump in. Welcome, friend. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you, Jess. You're so sweet. Thanks for having me. It's an honor that you even asked me.
You are my expert. I just want to say, I don't know how you feel about the title influencer. I feel like you're so much more than an influencer, but mostly I'm like, you are my guru. And if you tell me to do something, whether it is put moisturizer down to my nipples, which is something you have told me to do on the internet. I don't mean she told me, she told all of us. Or if you tell me to use a face solution on my heels, I'm going to do it.
That's what I want to hear. Listen, whatever you see me do online, I'm doing to my friends off camera at all times. They're sick of me. So I just am excited that I get to tell somebody that's not sick of me. So there you go.
I'm not. So I do whatever you tell me to do. And I do want to back up and say, I'm so sorry I said the word nipple so aggressively, so quickly into the episode to anyone who was listening. It's not profane. It's really marking that you should put your moisturizer all the way down your neck.
Yes, this
Correct.
is true. You're all the way down to your belly button. That's part of your face. Okay. That is part of your face.
Yeah. And for those of us who are in our 40s, those things might be more aligned than we want to admit. The nipple and the belly button. But that's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Okay. This is already my favorite episode we've ever done. Okay. At some point, I really do want to talk about the ordinary and you telling the internet the ordinary solution. I don't even know what kind it is. Is it hyaluronic acid? What is it?
The glycolic acid.
The glycolic acid, the toner. I have it because I think you told me a long time ago to get it. But then just recently you shared on your Instagram stories, hey, while you're already using that toner, which by the way is an incredibly inexpensive toner, it's a great value product. You said if you're already using it, go ahead and put it on the heels of your feet for soft feet and on your armpits. I was having some armpit issues because I am an overly frequent armpit shaver and my skin was always irritated. Who knew that the glycolic acid would heal my armpits? They look like baby's bottoms.
It started as a deodorant journey, actually, back.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, I was using deodorant and I was like using it for years. And I realized after years of using this, it was a, aluminum free deodorant. I was trying to be clean. After years, I realized I'm like, I stink. Like this does not work. Why am I doing this to myself? So I went on a deodorant journey and
I remember your deodorant journey.
Everybody was like, don't go. I was like, you guys, I'm giving up. I'm going back to my OG Donna Karan with aluminum. I don't care. I was like, I'm over this. Plus it was irritating my armpits. It was awful. And they were like, no, you have to try all of these. So they gave me like 30 some different deodorants that I needed to try. And I was like, you know what? I'll do it for you. I will do it for you.
For the people.
I think I went through about, I don't know, like 14 of them
Whoa.
before I finally found the solution. And it was the Ordinary Glycolic Toner, followed by your favorite, aluminum-free deodorant, literally game changer. But then it was like, oh, it works for this and it works for that. And then it ended up, not only does it keep the ingrown hairs at bay, your skin is even, but then it works to get rid of cracked, dry heels. So these are all the ways you can slather your whole body in it.
Okay, so unlocking some things for me, because I remember your deodorant journey, and I have to say, I had gone on one myself maybe a year prior, and I had landed back at Mitchum for Men. I don't know if there is less healthy deodorant than like Mitchum for Men. But I had gone around the bend on the natural deodorant, and I had decided everyone is lying. You all have just gotten used to stinking, and I don't want to stink. I'm incredibly sensitive about how I smell. I can't do that. I can't live like that. So I just landed back on Mitchum for Men. But are you telling me the fact that I've been using the Ordinary solution on my armpits will now maybe enable me to go back and try a natural deodorant?
It could, if that's your desire. Listen, I'm not telling anyone to go through all of that tomfoolery again. I'm just saying that if you did want to try natural deodorant, or you did want to do aluminum free, if you put that stuff, it is truly like antibacterial. So when you put that on there, kills all that stinky bacteria. It helps with stinky feet for kids. If you have males in your house.
I have 3 teen boys.
Stinky feet, it gets rid of the bacteria. So that's the key. So essentially, it will make whatever you're using work even better, because you're starting with a bacteria-free surface. And then it just like, when I first tried it, actually, I traveled to Texas. It was hot. And I actually tried it alone. And it was awesome at first, but it didn't give me that like longevity that I needed. So I found that the combination was perfection.
This may change my life. This episode I do perceive is going to set some people free in so many different ways, but that one was just a great kickoff. I want to pop in a second, but first, just to intro you, I said influencer, but like, what would you call yourself?
I mean, I think influencer, I guess it describes it. People understand it better if you say that, but at the same time, there's some negative, like it's like, ugh. So content creator, but then also I'm influencing people. Like I am. Not in the negative sense, but I feel like that's what I've done my whole life. I've been somebody who loves to help women, and I love to like tell my friends what I'm like, you have to try this. This is going to help you so much. So something that's helped me, I want to share it with others so that they will also be helped. So I guess you could call me that, as long as you're not thinking in the negative sense.
Yeah, I'm not. It just doesn't feel strong enough because, for example, you are serving so many people in the mental health realm. I feel like you speak up about things that really matter. You encourage people to get out and take walks. It's probably saving some lives, maybe saving some marriages. I don't know. It's wild. But like, also tell the truth. I think you were just at New York Fashion Week. So like, you're also not like playing around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're good at your job.
I don't know. Every time I've been a couple of times, and both times I'm like, wait, why did they invite me again?
No, because you're the real deal. You're the real deal. Well, everybody needs a friend like you. And I'm so grateful that I get to call you a friend.
Thank you. I love you, Jess.
But I also just like love you. And in general, also, I would say if you are my influencer, if you are my guru, your husband and my husband, like if my husband is smiling or laughing, it's because he's texting your husband. And I do think that they might have a texting bromance, and that also makes me happy. But if Nick is laughing, it's because Rob Groves has said something encouraging to him, or just, wildly true and life-giving. So you guys are a blessing.
Thank you. I love Rob. Rob he loves to text memes. He's the meme. He is the dad joke capital of all dads. And I don't know. Anyway, he loves to do that. And I already know. Yes.
I love it. Well, today I do want to talk about hair, skin, and nails. We might talk about some products we love. We might talk about some tips and tricks. I already, as you can see, I think I might be dipping my toe back into the natural deodorant waters. Just, to the glory of God. I think it could actually serve me. But I want to just jump in first to talk about kind of this tension between self-care and vanity, and like, how do we honor the Lord and also take care of our bodies? And I really just want to share this very quick thesis that I have, and I would love to hear your thoughts about it. But my very quick thesis is that I think that a lot of women confuse selflessness and even like selfless living, they confuse it with like ignoring the fact that they have bodies and ignoring the fact that they have somatic needs in their bodies. And to me, there is just a really clear delineation of there's absolutely a way to obsess over your body, to obsess over what you're wearing, to obsess over how you look, and that is vanity. And then there's a certain level of care that I believe can actually free us up to love people well, to serve people well, to take care of people well. And to be honest, like, again, this is my own perspective. I'm not preaching, I'm not teaching. I'm just sharing my perspective, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But the phrase, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, is what comes to mind for me in this conversation. And I'm a person who likes to stay ready. I like to stay ready. I like to have my nails done. I like to know what fits my body so that I can, in a minute, if somebody's like, hey, we need you to come hop on a plane and go teach the Bible at this church. If somebody said like, hey, we need you to go serve in this place, I don't have to get ready. I don't have to like pack for a trip. I don't have to go buy new clothes. I know what works for me. I can get dressed. I also feel like, I don't know, I want to stay ready in my like wellness, in that I'm taking care of my body to a certain degree, my skin, my hair. I'm maintaining it to a certain degree. So it's not a daily thought process. I'm just getting on with my life. I'm just getting on and doing what God's called me to do. But hopefully I'm showing up not distracted by the way I look, by the way I smell, by the way I feel in my clothing. And I would love to hear your perspective on this.
Well, first of all, it's cliche to say this, but I truly believe, and I've known this my whole life, is when you look better, you feel better, you have more energy,
Yes.
and you use that extra energy for so many important things. And so I really value beauty. And I know that it does seem a little bit like, I don't know, carnal, or like, oh, does that really matter? But I honestly think so much about how God has cared about beauty, like throughout the Bible, like the way that he cared about the details of the temple, the way that he, made everything for us to enjoy. Like, he cares about it. There is a reason for it. And so for me, like, I've had to learn this, and we can talk about that some more, but like for me, it is important. And the other thing too, and this is going to it sounds shallow, but it's not. When you take care of yourself, you make yourself more approachable. Like, you make yourself more, especially if you're a believer. And I think that it's important to take care of yourself so that you can set aside the things that might be like a wall in between you and another person you're sharing the gospel. And whether that is how you look, whether that's how you smell. I mean, like, it's harder to receive from someone standing in close quarters with you and they have terrible breath. Like, I mean, I'm just saying it's a little bit harder to receive. So there are things that do matter. And I think that there are things that create walls, and then there's things that like open doors. And I think taking care of yourself matters in that way.
In Jesus' name, I agree. I think that's all we need to say about it. And I think like, right, does that mean we obsess over it? No. Does that mean like we just get crazy and wild and follow every trend? Not necessarily. Does it mean that we enjoy beauty? And even the thing you said about like, I don't know if it sounds carnal. I don't think beauty's carnal. I think even the idea that like we have an opportunity to approach beauty as a way of like cultivating it, or maybe even, I think approaching beauty from a place that says like, I want to take it and seize it and get all I can from it. Like, that feels carnal, but saying, I want to cultivate the beauty that is like us as humans, that God made us. I want to cultivate the spaces he's given me, whether that's, your yard or your home, or even just your community, your friendships, your relationships. I want to take what's already beautiful, what he made beautiful, and I want to cultivate it. I want to steward it well. To me, it just sounds like a gift. So thanks for diving in. I don't know that we need to say anything more about that, unless you have something else to say.
I just do want to also say, like, it applies to every area of our lives.
Yeah.
Really. Like, it's not just like, oh, your body, your skin, your hair, your nails, your teeth. Like, it's your room. When you walk into your room and your room is clean and there's like a paint color that you absolutely love, it sets the mood, and it actually makes you physically feel better. And there's science behind that, there's science behind how something looks makes you feel better. And that's why God made I mean, think about the sunsets. Like I see a sunset and I'm like overwhelmed with the goodness of God and it makes me feel some type of way. And so
Yeah.
I think it just applies to everything. But then also on top of that, just this is the temple. This is the
Come on.
temple. We need to take care. The Holy Spirit resides here. So that for me, I mean, it just means a lot.
So good. All right. With that being said, we're just diving in. So I have not given you a lot of prep. I've basically just said, like, bring the heat, bring it to us. I want to know everything, within reason, because I also want to honor your time. But I thought we could both share a few top hair, skin, and nail tips. I'm worried that any good ones I've taken from you. I'm just going to give that. If I say anything worth saying, I probably learned it from Anime. So I'm really grateful. But let's go one by one. Does that feel helpful? Like hair, then skin, then nails. Okay. So hair, let's start there. Do you have any top hair products, tips, tricks, techniques that have served you or are serving you in this season?
Well, for me, this one is more of a supplement, but like for my hair, I do take Nutrafol. I know it sounds like an ad because I talk about it all the time online, but just for me, I've always had very fine hair, but then it got really, really bad over 2020 with the stress of 2020. And, then I had done a bunch of stuff to my hair. Like I used, bleach on my hair and I wasn't using a heat protectant and all this stuff. Well, my hair just kind of broke off of the crown. And I cut it all off and I kind of had to start fresh. And I've been taking Nutrafol and that for me has been a game changer. Like my hair has never looked this good. So that's one huge big tip for me is taking care of yourself from the inside to help your hair. But then the outside, I felt like for me, I think that hair is even more important. This can sound crazy, but it's more important than makeup sometimes. Like I can go completely fresh face, nothing on my skin but sunscreen. And I can just throw my hair into a sleek little bun or, blow it out and just make sure that it looks really nice and it completes the outfit. So for me, just making sure my hair looks nice and sleek, regardless of what's going on with the rest of my body. If my hair looks good, everything else follows.
I love it. That's really, really, really helpful. That is really good. And I will tell you, first of all, do you have a Nutrafol link? Because we will share your link.
I do. Yes, I do.
You guys, you'll find it in the show notes. I use it too, and I don't share about it. So I'm like, I would like to say, as someone who you've never even heard me talk about it online, I use Nutrafol and I'm a fan. I'm only 2 bottles in, but I like it as well. I will also tell you, we were talking about this before we started recording. I love that Magic Mind, the small little supplement you told me you've had before too. And I've talked about it before on the podcast. And I started using Magic Mind as an afternoon coffee replacement, basically pre-workout replacement, trying to get mental enhancements, all of the good supplementing benefits from that. But all the turmeric and the ashwagandha, all of that is also inside out beauty as well. You can see, I'll put the link to Magic Mind as well in the show notes, but I do have a code for that as well. And you can get 48% off a subscription when you use Jess C20. I think that's such a great thing to highlight specifically about hair. And I'm sure we'll talk about this about skin and nails as well too. But so much of it is internal. It does start internally.
Yeah. It does. And for me, I've seen a huge difference in the way my skin looks, the way my hair looks when I'm taking care of myself. Just drinking a lot of water, taking electrolytes. I've added a really good collagen and then my Nutrafol. Those things have all helped my outward appearance or skin and my nails, all that kind of stuff is affected by that. And just getting really good sleep. But yes, so that's my hair. My hair thing. What's your hair thing?
My hair tip / trick was, I think it is really helpful for every woman to develop a multi-day plan that works regarding hair washing. And I think it should be different for everyone depending on how often you wash your hair. But I would give you this as an example. This is a rhythm that definitely worked for me when I had longer hair. But I would say okay, day one, is wash day. So I'm going to just wear my hair straight. I'm not going to put any other extra heat on it. I'm just going to let it breathe. I'm going to let it be. So then maybe on day 2, when your hair is looking a little funky, then maybe on day 2, when I'm ready to put a little heat on it, then I'm going to curl it. Then on day 3, if I am still stretching that washout, which I hope I am, well, and definitely when it was longer, I would, then day 3 is always going to be a hat. And then for me, day 4, I cannot put a hat on again because I will have a hair headache. So maybe that day I'm doing like a slick back bun where I'm putting like fun oils or like a leave-in conditioner in it before I start the whole process over again. But to me, like having a little rhythm like that, and especially for women who maybe have a pretty standard week. So for me, when I had longer hair, when I would do this is like, okay, Saturday, I'm always going to wash it because Sunday I'm going to have church. So it's probably not going to be like a great hat day for me, and lining those up with some standard rhythms in the week, I find is really helpful. Just like a post-wash pattern.
I love that. And actually, like, I use that pattern as well. So
Love.
like, that's a really good one because like, especially if you're trying to keep heat off your hair as much.
Yeah.
To have, and that's one of the things I had to do besides the Nutrafol is like, I kept heat off my hair as much as possible. So I was wearing it in a bun all the time. And then I finally was like, okay, I got to be able to do other things. So I straightened it. So I'll straighten it. And then the next day I will do the heatless curlers. And then the next day, it'll usually last 2 days like that with heatless curlers. And then I will do my bun. So I'm in the same boat with you. Like, I think that pattern, that routine after washing is amazing.
Yeah, I love it. So good. Okay, moving into skin. I feel like you are very, very, very well known for your skin. You are known in my world for your skin. Your skin is out of this world. So, I mean, tell us as much or as little as you're willing. All the tips, all the tricks, or just your top one right now.
Okay. Because I can give you the beginner and then the advanced. Should I give you beginner?
Give us both. Give us beginner and advanced. I love this.
This is what I think. I think that people don't need anything except for these 3 things.
I'm ready.
And you already know this, but it's sunscreen during the day and retinol during the night.
Praise God.
2 things. But then the next thing you want to add is vitamin C during the day underneath your sunscreen. If you do those 3 things, those are the gold standard in skincare. They are tried and true. They're scientifically proven because the sunscreen, it protects you from the number 1 cause of aging, which is the sun.
The sun.
And that's even on cloudy days. So I will get mad at you if you are my friend. If you're not wearing sunscreen going to the mailbox, you're in trouble. So sunscreen is going to prevent everything. And if you're spending any kind of money or time on your skin, if you don't wear sunscreen, basically you've wasted your money and your time.
Yeah.
So you have to protect what you've invested in because all of those things will just go down the drain if you're not wearing your sunscreen. And then the retinol, again, gold standard for everything anti-aging. So that's like wrinkles, fine lines, firmness, pore size, acne, collagen production, elastin production. And it's tried and true and it's scientifically proven year after year. It's the best anti-aging ingredient that you could put on your skin. So you do that at night. And if you're new, you'd start out with once a week and you'd work up to 2 to 3 times a week. And then maybe more if you can tolerate it. And then the vitamin C is such an important piece because it helps with not only discoloration, evens the skin tone, but it is a powerful antioxidant. So it's going to protect against free radical damage.
Okay.
And that's everything that's happening outside, the pollution, the smoke, the sun, all those things, it helps protect. So you want to do that during the day. So those 3 things, if you do those 3 things alone, if you can incorporate those 3 things and do them every single day, you will have the best skin of your life. But just start out first with wearing sunscreen. If you've done nothing before for your skin, wash your face at night, wear sunscreen during the day, then incorporate your retinol at night once a week, move up from there. Then if you're up for it, add a vitamin C. Your skin will look amazing. And that's really what I have been all of these years. Like I worked in skincare for so long and those things are things that were drilled into our brains. So absolutely you do those 3 things. So that's the beginner.
I love it. I have a theory. You can debunk if I'm wrong. You can say live, you're wrong. My theory is that your face wash does not matter because you're washing it off your face.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
As long as you are using one that is right for your skin type. So it doesn't matter. You're right. Like I will use anything that I'm given for a face wash as long I prefer to, when I'm wearing makeup, I do prefer to double cleanse at night. So using an oil and then a foaming cleanser. And then in the morning, I'm not one of those people that doesn't believe in wash. There, you will hear from a lot of people, they'll say, oh, you don't need to wash your face in the morning. I wholeheartedly disagree, only because like I sweat at night. There's
Same.
bacteria on the pillow. You've got your hair. I think that if you're sleeping on your back and you never turn your head, then maybe, but you've got bacteria from the sweat, especially perimenopausal people. Like I say, wash your face, even if it's just a quick wash in the morning, or use a hypochlorous acid spray. Do something in the morning. But the other thing is, if you've used retinol on your face at night,
Right.
you really want to wash that off. Like
that can't be anywhere near the sun.
Yeah. So exactly. So.
Okay. I appreciate that. That was my theory. All right. Now we're ready for the advanced.
Okay. So the advanced, you stick with that. The advanced would be you add in an acid. You could do like a self-care Sunday and you do some kind of a exfoliation. But when I say exfoliation, I mean a chemical. So doing some kind of an acid. So using that ordinary glycolic toner would be one mild way of doing some exfoliation. You could do, there's another ordinary product called the Ordinary 30% alpha hydroxy acid. It's a red color, looks like blood, but you put it on, you can do that once a week. But adding in an acid will give your skin the opportunity to like reveal itself so that your products absorb better. So getting rid of the dead skin helps the other products do even better. So if you can add in an acid once a week, some people like to do what's called skin cycling, where they're doing retinol at night, one night, acid at night, the next night. So you're alternating retinol and acid. So that's like one step more advanced. And then another step advanced is red light therapy.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it. And you can do that at night or in the morning, but you just don't want to do it after you've put on an acid or vitamin C or retinol. It has to be on like a non-reactive skincare.
Like a little bit of a face oil or a gentle moisturizer, right?
You don't want oil or moisturizer. You want something that's water-based because the light can't penetrate oil as well. So you want to do something like a hyaluronic acid, which is a water-based, or you could put any water-based product on, just don't do an oil, don't do any reactive products, don't do a moisturizer. Save that for afterwards.
Okay. What if, I'm going to ask a follow-up question about the red light, because I did get a red light mask a year ago. I have not been faithful in using it. I would like to get back into using it. So what I would like to do is I would like to use it the second I wake up for almost like a meditation time too. And because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the red light is also good for your sleep cycle, to tell your body like, wake up, it's time to wake up, so that then you know to go to sleep at night. But should I do anything before I put it on if I do it the second I wake up?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is where a lot of people like get confused, because they'll see me using my red light in the morning. They're like, wait, you're doing your skincare twice. I'm not doing my skincare twice. I am putting on, this is a game changer. I'm putting on a green tea serum or spray.
Okay.
So I'm putting on two things you can do to make your red light work better. Two things. You can use green tea.
Okay.
That's one thing. What green tea does, there's a study done, I think it was in 2009, which it's crazy. That's how red light's been around for a long time. But there was a study done in 2009, I believe, that talked about just taking literal green tea, like tea bag, slathering it on your face, or using a cotton pad dipped in green tea, putting that on 5 to 10 minutes before you use your red light. It gives you 10 months in 1 month.
What?
If you do it every day, you'll get months worth in 1 month. It like boosts the efficacy. It boosts everything about it, all the things. So green tea is like huge. You can make your own. You can put it in a spray bottle, keep it in your fridge, do that. You can, make a thing of green tea, put that on, and then stick your red light on, but it just need to penetrate. Or you can get a serum or a spray that has green tea that's meant for that. But like, that's one huge.
Okay. Amazing.
The other thing is, most people have been taught red light, you put it on clean, dry skin. And actually, it's more beneficial to put it on hydrated skin. Remember, I said don't do moisturizer. So no creams, no oils, but hydration. So water-based. So if you have a hyaluronic acid serum and you look at the back of it and it's water-based, you don't see any oils, fantastic.
Okay.
Or you can literally even spray water on your face, but just make sure your skin is hydrated, and that makes the red light go deeper and work better and faster. So those are two things you can do before your red light. But that's the problem for anyone who's like, I want a simplified routine. It does get a little bit like, okay, you put you're doing your green tea and your serum, then you do your red light, then you take that off, then you take your shower, then you do your whole skincare routine. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I'm not a morning shower, and my like skincare in the morning is like pretty basic. So I think I'm going to keep it in the morning, but I am going to get a green tea spray or serum.
Yes.
I need to do that.
And I've got suggestions, so I can send them to you.
Okay, I'm going to share my skincare tip, and I want to say that I believe it to be like beginner 0.2. You could actually be like, Jess, that's horrible. You should have said that, and tell people what they should do. But I will say, for people who are maybe like me, who would say like, I feel overwhelmed, I'm not sure what to use. I didn't start taking care of my skin until I turned 30, and I just turned 40. So it was later. It was later. What has really helped me is finding a brand that my skin responds well to, and then only doing that. So that is what I do. I realized the brand. I hope you don't tell me that it's bad, but I don't think you will, because I think I've heard you talk about it at least once or twice. Colleen Rothschild. I love her skincare. It works for my skin. A couple months after I started using it for the first time, I noticed like, wow, I have never had another breakout. I genuinely I had very typical hormonal 30-year-old stressed out mom skin. And I like her retinol. I like her SPF. I like her moisturizer. I like her pads that have acid in them. You can tell how much I know. I keep it simple, and I only do Colleen Rothschild. But the thing I want to say is, it's obviously not cheap, but it is cheaper than trying to find new things. It's cheaper for me than like testing out new things. And the other thing is, there's like, when you buy from one brand like that, I just get amazing. I'm on her little text. She texts me. It's Colleen herself actually texts me. I'm totally kidding. I'm on her like promotional text thing. And anytime there's 20% off in the shop or 30% off in the shop, I'll just be like, okay, I'm going to go load up and get what I need for the next couple months. And it works. That works for me, sticking with one brand.
I think that's a great tip, especially if you are not experienced in mixing products.
Yeah.
I think when somebody is like, hey, like I want to keep it simple and easy, I want to know that these products are going to be synergistic and they're going to work together well. I think that's a great tip, is to find a brand you love and stick with it. I don't, just because I experiment. Over the years, I've experimented so much, and I have figured out what's worked, what doesn't. And it's kind of my job to mess around with things and, try things out for people. But I think that is an excellent idea, to find a brand that you love, find a brand that you trust, that works for your skin, and that everything's going to layer beautifully together. I think that's a great tip.
Thank you. I'm very glad. All right. We're going to close this thing out with nails. You are also, I perceive to be a nail guru. And I'm actually, Anna is in my office right now, and she is vehemently shaking her head. She's like, yes, yes. She now does Olive and June because you told us to. But so I'll actually kick this one off, because I want to just say, like, my hands are in the air. I am a full-blown nail outsourcer. I have gotten my nails done every 3 weeks without fail for a solid 6 years. I do not perceive that that is healthy for my nails. I don't think that's a good decision. It is just my stay ready so I don't have to get ready decision. I said last year, 2024, my goal was to learn how to do my nails. And I'm saying it again this year. I would like to learn how to do my nails. I don't know how to do my nails. I don't know how to paint nails. I don't know how to cut my own toenails. I think I'd give myself an ingrown toenail. I need to learn. But what has worked for me in this very hectic season of life has been staying ready so I don't have to get ready. And it's just getting my nails done. So if you were me and you know that that is not good for your budget, you want to live more free and full, tell us what to do.
I think that it's kind of like when somebody outsources their laundry, or they outsource, their housekeeping. If it gives you peace of mind, then it is 100% worth it. If it gives you peace of mind to know that you're not going to have to make a decision on, okay, when am I going to get this done? When am I going to let my nails dry? What color am I going to do today? Like, and it's on your schedule, and somebody else is going to do it for you, and you multitask while you're doing it. Girl, keep doing that. Like I'm not against it. So like, if it's something you truly want to do, I'll tell you what to do. But I think that is a great tip, to like have something on a schedule that is taken care of. Stay ready. What was it? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Yeah. The big thing for me is traveling to teach and also being in a business where it's very normal for somebody to say like, hey, I need to take a video of you real quick, or we've got to post this real quick, or can you take this picture real quick? I think never having to say like, oh, my nails aren't done, or like, oh, this one's broken. I get my nails done to go on a trip. I get my nails done every 3 weeks on the dot. It's on my calendar. It's done.
I love it. It's
That's
actually,
helped
I
me.
do that. So if you need to keep doing that, keep doing it.
Thank
But
you.
if you want to try something new, the reason why I like Olive and June is just because they really have this entire philosophy of like, they want to teach you how to do your nails. Like, so
Yeah.
like an Olive and June little school, like a boot camp where you can like watch these little videos that gives you all the best tips and tricks. And I started doing my own nails with Olive and June in 2020 and I never stopped. I love their colors. They make it easier. They have this little thing called the Poppy, which is like this little, I don't know, silicone grippy thing that you stick on top of the nail polish. It helps you to hold the brush more steadily. For me, I love that. I am a little bit like envious that you get to do like that you have it on your calendar to do every 3 weeks and someone's doing it for you. Like that's cool. I really believe
Yeah.
that. It's amazing and that's a great thing to do for yourself. But I save a lot of money
Yep.
doing this myself. There are all kinds of formulas at Olive and June. They have a quick dry polish, which I love. Like if I am like, okay, you know what? I need to quickly do my nails. It will take me just not long at all to throw a couple coats of the quick dry on and then wait 5 more minutes, do the top coat, and I'm ready to film. I'm ready to go. So I love it because I can do things like that. They did
Yeah.
just come out with a gel system, which I'm learning how to do, and it's taking me longer to do it, but I do still like the convenience of doing it at my house, and
Yeah.
that's cool. So I'm
Yeah.
still learning with that one because you can't
Yeah.
get it like you have to keep it off your skin, and before you cure it.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. The colors are awesome. So yeah.
Anna in my office, she's in the room with me right now. She is using their gel, the Olive and June gel, and she is a pro. And hers lasts on day 21, a nail peeled off for the first time. That's impressive.
It's amazing. Like I put it on my toes. I put the gel on my toes.
Yeah, I would too.
I had to I was like, oh my gosh, they were growing out. Like my toes were growing. I was like, oh no, I got to get this taken off. But yeah, it lasts. I have it on now. I love it. It's awesome. I did like a little sheer one. That's another thing. If you're going to do it, do a sheer one. So when it starts to grow out, you can't see it as much,
I'll post an update. I'm going to give it a try this year. The price alone, I need to save money. And this is not it for me anymore. I need a new way. I need to just try something else. I've also had long nails. These are my real nails, and my real nails are pretty long. And I think that's the other thing that has me going to somebody else because I'm like, the dip makes it like stronger, but it might be time for me to say goodbye to long nails and just have short nails for a bit.
I like long nails too, but short nails are fun too. Like, cause then you can play with the colors a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
okay, to close out, I am wondering if we could just both give like top self-care tip in general, just wellness, wholeness. What is like one thing that makes you feel like you? It makes you feel, okay, I am ready. I don't have to get ready. This frees me up. It opens doors, as you said, instead of like being a wall and closing me off from the life God has for me.
oh my gosh, you give me yours first. Cause I don't know
Okay.
that one's like, to know that
That's
I'm
a
just
big
ready.
question.
I don't know if I'm
Yes.
ever just ready.
I love you so much. I would say mine is this. I would say it's hair, skin, and nails. It's not really nails. It's just hair and skin and life. But I would advocate for almost everyone I know having a really luxurious daily shower routine. And when I say luxurious, I don't necessarily mean financially. I don't even mean like it's going to take a ton of time. I just mean a routine every night. You know how people say like your everything shower? I'm like, I just sort of feel like, why not let every day be an everything shower? Just take care of your whole body and enjoy that moment. And it's interesting. I was talking to a mom a few days ago who has younger kids, and she was telling me about her day. And like, she was like, and then I like, when I get them to bed, and then like I get to the laundry done, and then I just kind of pass out. And I was like, can I just advocate for you developing a better nighttime shower routine that maybe you're not even washing your hair, like maybe you're just taking care of your body. And I said, can I just tell you that I think that if you began to do this, I actually believe your husband would like stand in front of your children and be like, it's mommy's shower time. Because that is how my husband is. He is literally like, nobody puts baby in a corner and nobody takes Jess's shower from her, because it is what makes me me. And it's what makes me able to do the next day is I take a whole shower. So for me, that is I prop up my phone and I watch TV in the shower. So it's also entertainment. It is like me time. I watch TV in the shower. I take a huge cup of crushed ice and water, and I drink my crushed ice and water while I watch TV in the shower. And I do all the skincare. I shave every night, which that's a decision and it's not for everybody, but it makes me feel like clean every single night. And I just put on my favorite, most luxurious lotion after I'm done. And then I do my whole skincare.
I love this. And actually shaving every night, even more than it being about hair, it's exfoliation.
100%. Yeah.
I love that. I think that's amazing. You made me think of now I can think of what I do that I think is luxurious, but it is so nice. So I do my red light in the morning. Love. And while my red light is on, I actually dry brush my body. And I am telling you right now, dry brushing is so underrated. It's so underrated. It's like when you're dry brushing, you feel so energized because it's like, it's lymphatic drainage and it's like invigorating flushing. And then like, it just wakes you up. I don't know. It's amazing. So I like literally like dry brush from my toes up and then my arms in and my shoulders down. You have to go towards your heart, but I do that while I'm using my red light. And it's like, it's so fast. It only takes a few minutes. In fact, the red light is still going after I'm finished with the dry brushing. But I'm telling you, it is a game changer for your morning because it just wakes you up. It's amazing.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay. So you dry brush every day?
Yes, every day.
You're the healthiest person I know. I love it. So this is amazing. I think that's so good.
Yeah. But it's not, but it sounds.
No, it takes a few minutes. I just am like, I dry brush, but probably twice a week at night. But now I'm like, maybe I need to do it in the morning and just hop in the shower.
It's amazing. It is. Do it in the morning because it feels like you gave yourself a shot of caffeine. It's just like, I don't know, it just gets me going and it feels so good. And, like you just rinse off. You don't have to do anything too crazy, just rinse off afterwards. But like, if you're going to do your red light in the morning, but you said you were going to relax.
I know. I do think I'm going to relax, but I might try to at least I don't know why I have a mental block about dry brushing that I'm like, oh, I only do that like twice a week. But maybe I just need to like every night as I'm getting in the shower. Because as I'm talking about it, I'm like, I don't think I can do my serious luxurious shower at night and then shower in the morning. I don't know if I can live like that. Because now I can't take a shower without doing my whole thing,
You're like, I would have to do 2 luxurious showers a day.
2 luxurious showers. I can't live like that. My budget also can't because my favorite lotion is not cheap either. So, all right, this is good. But I'm going to start dry brushing every night because it is a game changer.
It is. Okay. It feels good.
Listen, you have served us well today. I want to just bless you and thank you for your wisdom, for your insight, for your graciousness, for your kindness. If you do not already follow Anna Mae Groves on social media, I'm assuming most of you do. If you do not already, please go follow her. We'll put links to everything and all the things. But thank you for your leadership. Thanks for showing us the way. Thanks for being a kingdom-minded woman who also takes care of her body and takes care of her friends. We love you and bless you.
I love you. Thank you.
Friends, I'm so grateful you listened to today's episode. Thanks for spending time with me. It would mean the world to me to connect with you. So you can send me a DM on Instagram at Jess A. Connolly or head to my website, jessconnolly.com for more ways to connect. If you have a minute to subscribe and leave a review of the podcast wherever you listen, it would massively help us reach more people with the good news that they can live fully awake. Let's go.